Welcome to Podcast Berlesen. It's been a while for our Asian Esports Exchange. And guess who's back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yes, Mr. Xiao Ma, who I'm sure maybe some of you who have watched like the last time we recorded, it must be wondering, where is half of him? Where did it go? We'll get to that, okay? But today is a little bit more of a live update since we have not actually did any recording together. Hopefully we can do more now after this update. So, what have you been doing since our last recording?
So I can't really remember when was the last recording, but all I can tell is just I got super busy at the end of last year. Then I just feel something like not really painful, but just have to check the doctor a couple of times. Then I have to spend almost half a year in and out of hospital to I can say is it called gallstone?
Gallstone, yeah, it's the one in the
Gallstone,
bladder, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
gallstone, yeah, because of gallstone, yeah. So basically, I can't really eat properly, like no fat at all, no oil, yeah. So, and I I I got really painful, like it got really painful when I even eat a apple at one point. So it's really I can't really eat anything. So yeah, finally after half a year, I got my the surgery down and everything is removed, and I can eat everything again now. So I actually this is like more than 2 months after surgery, and I regained like a 10 kg now. Yeah, everything is good right now.
I think that kind of answers of where half of you has gone as well. So, what was
Yeah.
your weight before and after? Like, how much do you lose?
Well, like like if I count like right before I go go went to a hospital, I was like 140 or something. Yeah, 130, 140 kg. And the lowest point like after surgery, of course I lost some blood or liquid during the surgery or stuff. It's like 90 kilogram kg. Yeah.
Wow. So you lost 50 in
Like
6
40
months.
like 40 now I'm around 100 kg right now, so yeah.
Oh, you don't look 100 though? Okay, maybe because you're like tall, right?
And like you we have to meet in person and you can touch my belly, okay.
Uh,
No.
uh,
Yes,
okay, okay.
there's
Okay. I mean,
still
not like I can see
there,
the full figure now. I can just see the
yeah.
face, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
because you contrast my image to the memory you had like a long time ago. So everybody see me like, oh, you who are you? Maybe some, yeah. Actually, at one event, like I went to the event, I say hello to one girl, and we just had a dinner last year. Like we had a meal together last year, and she looked so confused. Say, "Who are you?" Like, okay, I said, I'm Xiao Ma. So, oh wow, and followed by some curse word, and then okay, now so I have to go to the events and then to meet people and then go to maybe podcast with you to update my image to everybody or people can. I actually went to the photo uh, to take new photos for like profiles in the future use because I'm afraid like my ID is not matching myself right now. The national ID like you can still tell it's me, but it look different.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. So does that mean every time you have like this change? Okay, as let's say in the future that when you if you gain weight again and you come back to your old before this self, like do you need to update again also?
No, no, no. I'm actually fine with that because the computer can still recognize me, right? The
Okay.
computer only identifies the the location of the eyes, the nose, mouth, right? As far as I understood. So as long as the eyes, nose, and the mouth are in the same position, the computer can still identify me. But if they want to manually check something, maybe there are some questions, you know.
Right. Okay. Okay. But I want to like kind of learn from you as well, like your journey as you went through the operation and all that. Maybe starting again from like what was going through your mind when you first found out that you have this gallstone bladder thing?
It was actually much scarier than what I can tell right now because at the first they didn't think my gallstone was causing this problem, and we cannot identify what's causing like the skins get yellow and the health test was not great, you know. So nothing that even the doctor can tell, you know. And I go to really good hospital here in Shanghai, like the top 5 hospital in China. It's called Ruijin. Shout out to Ruijin. Yeah, like the how what do you call the like the really senior doctor like who's in charge?
Specialist?
Uh, let me Google it. Let me
Okay.
chat GPT it.
Oh, wow. Thanks to AI now, it's been your best friend, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not gonna lie as well. Like I also use AI in my work to
Mm.
discuss to idea generation. So it's normal now. It's the new world.
It's called maybe chief physician or
Okay,
director,
okay.
like kind of close to the director of the department, you know. Yeah, like a specialist. Yeah, she had to admit that doctors don't know everything. Yeah. She has to admit it to me. Yeah, because she cannot tell me exactly what caused my health problem. So that was the scariest time of my life, I guess. So maybe it's liver or anything. So I have to run all the tests. Like I have every time I do a blood test, I have to, you know, the small bottles.
Hmm?
I have to fill like almost 20 of them every time. Like I do
20?
run. Yeah,
What?
because they they try to find out what's what was wrong with my body, you know. So I have to do all the stuff, you know, and I cannot really eat properly, so I rely on the injection stuff, you know. So that was the toughest time. Then thanks to the specialist doctor, she had a plan for me and it worked. So the stats went down. So finally, I have the chance to do the surgery to remove gallstone to like make everything normal now. So yeah. So at that time, it's super scary. It was super scary for me. I cannot lie. I cried when I was in hospital because you know you I was thinking about liver transplanting, you know, if it was a liver stuff issue, you know.
Yeah.
But luckily, it turned out to be okay. Everything is okay. Just the gallstone, yeah.
Hmm. But when you were at the hospital, you said that you cried. Um, I mean, um, it's not an experience anybody wants to go to, but
Yeah.
I think it's also good for us to understand like what were you thinking that time when you were at the hospital?
It's difficult to express in words, but like there are some thing I chose to do. Like for first, for the first time for like 10 years, I completely like ignored esports. Like 99% esport, ignored esports. Like I completely ignored my work or passion or whatever. Just focus on my survival as a human. That's what I did. What I did. Then I spent a lot of time using AI and stuff to try to uh, figure out myself what can help myself to survive. It's the same thing. Like the theme at the time is just to survive, to survive this shit, this unknown shit. Like even doctor can't tell. So yeah, sometimes I feel regretful because you, maybe the gastro issue is a lot related to unhealthy lifestyle. So yeah, I was kind of regretful for that. And also because I had so much time, I wasn't watching any games at all. So I was still planning for the life after the recovery. Maybe okay, I can't eat fat, can't eat oil now, so I spend so much time using AI to write about the dishes to maybe not write about. It's just desire dishes that I can eat and delicious. So I'm doing like a one, two, three dish dinner. That's no oil, no fat at all. Like so, how can I make them? So it's basically I'm I'm just escaping from work. Second, I'm reflecting on my past life, and third, I'm still hoping for I can do like a better change in the future. That was what goes through my mind at that time.
When you were reflecting on your past life, that means before this, like, do you feel any regret that time, or were you satisfied with what you have done at that point?
Wow. Wow. It you know when after I got better, like it's just like every normal people do. You kind of forget a lot of the tough time. So the question you asked actually make me to revisit the thoughts that I have to think about for quite a few months. But yeah, I think I wasn't satisfied for what I uh, had done at that time. Uh, part of the part of what I was regretful of was that I could have done more. But at the same time, because I in the past in the for the past few years I have been visiting psych psychotherapists and stuff. I know it the regretfulness wouldn't help me and you know so I have to accept a lot of stuff and
Right.
yeah s- so yeah yeah what you asked was a great question. Now I can remember. So I feel regretful, then I have to had to accept it, then I actually felt more peaceful after that.
When you say you felt regret, right? Is it regret? By the way, I'm also interested in the whole psychotherapy thing, but we'll talk about that later. But I want to understand that when you say that you felt regret, um, like which part that you actually felt that you didn't do enough? Is it work? Is it life or
Yeah,
relationship or what is it?
it's getting to the personal level, right? So yeah, work. Uh, I can still now I can still say I haven't done my best for the past 10 years. I had like I could have done more. Like and that's maybe my mentality for my whole life. So yeah, that it is what it is. I will forever regret that I could like I will forever think that I could have done things much better. Yes. Now I just realize that. And second, I regret I because I my mother came to uh, help me when I was in hospital, right? She was right next to me. So because I went to study abroad and went to work outside my hometown, and I had like from my uh, childhood, had always been arguing a lot with my mother. So, but at the end of the day, we are still mother and son, and we don't hate each other, right? So we argue a lot, we fight a lot, but because, especially because we love each other. But we are so terrible at like expressing ourselves, So a lot of time we end up fighting each other. But like when in hospital, like the first my first stay in hospital this year was 32 days in hospital, like staying patient room 32 days. Yes, I spent all the days with my mother. Uh, so I just like she was definitely worried, and sometimes I got really what can I say, uh, depressed. Like she still had to act like strong, you know, like every mother does. Although I'm 35 year old right now, so at the end of the day, so what? So I just finally I have to change myself. So yeah, so it's no point to argue with my mother, right? So uh, and uh, and there was nothing pushing me. Like I wasn't thinking about work, thinking about school, and the goal of my mom and myself actually aligned at that time, just to get healthier myself. It's weird. It sounds weird. Is it
No, I
a little
think
bit?
it's perfectly normal, right? Like you it helps to also reconcile your relationship with your mom um for the years that you've been abroad and also you work in a different city. I think that was the most genuine moment that any mother and son relationship can have.
Yeah, but it's all on me, right? It's definitely all on me. Just until that time, I can focus, like totally forget about work, school, and anything else. And my mother totally forgot about like pushing me to marriage or anything like that. We are so finally at that point we are aligned, you know. Uh, so yes, you asked me about the regrets, but it all led to how can I say, like a more peaceful way to deal with my life and my family around me. Yeah, That's it.
And there was of course a very long stay as well. You were there for more than 30 days and doing all that. Um, so a bit of a relevant to what you mentioned, of course, whatever that you go through is nothing that I have been thinking of as well from my side. So for the past few months, somewhere in middle of this year, I think it was like June or something like that. I personally thought that there's something missing in my life. So I had so I was kind of like digesting on like what is missing that from my before full esports life that I had that I don't have now. I always thought that I have this gap, and it's also and I've also been to a therapist, like how you have mentioned that you've been to therapists too. Of course, they are specialists and the expert. I'm not going to downplay their profession, but I personally felt that there's still something missing that they cannot fulfill for me. So after having that thought and digest it, I kind of thought that okay, maybe I need to see if I can look for a mentorship. So um, so I've been having I contacted this person who when I was thinking about who I want to seek mentorship from, I had three main criterias, right? So first criteria is that he has to be older than me. Okay. Second criteria is that he has to understand the esports industry. And the third criteria is that he has to have a similar type of, he must have a positive life purpose. Like that means like he does things to help people or help the society, help the community and something like that. So it has to be
It's
something good.
it's like experience, knowledge, and values, right?
Oh yeah, I like how you break down that experience, knowledge, and value. Wow. Okay, that's why I like talking to you. You help me simplify things. But and then okay, so I thought of this person. So shout out to Richard Wee. I contacted him. So he's just to give a bit of a background. So he is a lawyer, and obviously he's older than me, and he does a lot of things in the law in multiple industry related to law. But the things that he also cover is sports and esports. So immediately he knows the scene. So it's easier for us to have a conversation when we want to relate things to the scene. Um, so we kind of committed, or more like I kind of committed to him that I would like to see him at least once a month, and we will have conversations around three key things. One is life, career, and purpose that we want to talk about. So along our few conversations, one of the things that we talk about is about regrets as well. So one thing that I learned from him as obviously someone that's very senior, he says that never live life with regrets. So it's not something new to me. Like I have heard this thing before and I try to implement it to me. But you know, sometimes having this conversation with someone more wiser is more of like a mirror where to validate some of our things or whether we need to readjust. So when he kind of tell me that, like, okay, never live life with regrets. If you think that you need to do it, just do it, and then don't regret your decision. But if at the end of the day, so I'm just paraphrasing here, right? But if at the end of the day, if the decision that you make is not right, then you just own up to it, but you kind of don't regret it, so that you don't carry that weight throughout. So you live life better in peace. Yeah, but the in case that you think that you might be doing something wrong, always have this reflection whether you are doing that thing is a correct or a wrong thing. So along the way, reflection points are also very important. So just to keep check so that you know that whether you're doing the right thing or not. But the key point here in our conversation is that don't live life with regrets. whatever
Yeah.
that has been done, and you cannot turn back time.
Are we doing a therapy session right now?
Yeah, unlicensed therapy session.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I wish I had that kind of a guidance when I was younger. Like because I think I've spent too much time regretting a lot of things, you know. Mm, yeah. Uh, but I'm getting better right now. And like talking about psychotherapists, uh, I actually when I was in college, I kind of not like before college. When I was in high school, I became quite interested in that kind of stuff, and because I think most because I think I needed some help. Uh, then when I went to college, actually switched to psychology major for like 1 year. Yeah, but just learn some basic stuff. Then I moved to business again. So yeah, uh, actually, of, of course, I'm not qualified to talk about like psychology as a like a major stuff like. But the more I learn about psychology, the knowledge actually helped me to uh, helped me to realize that I don't actually have much psychology problems. Yeah. Then what you told me just remind myself I actually needed guidance like you, a mentor like you said, you know, to give me some uh, advice when I'm growing, like if whenever I was younger or now, you know.
yeah. And I think the key difference between like if you have like a personal somebody that you talk to as whether you see the person as a mentor
Mm-hmm.
versus you go to a specialist, uh, is that they know you better or they follow your journey better. So
Mm.
so you when you meet, then it's like, oh, I know what you did before, and then it just the storyline just continues on, right? Whereas my experience looking for therapy, at the end of the day, is a business, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes, oh, this person resigns from that center, and then someone new comes in, and then you have to start the story again, something like that. So the journey is not really being followed, and you cannot expect them to necessarily understand your entire journey because it's work for them. They have all the clients and the customers that they also listen like me, right? So although yeah, they do
Can I
follow up like
ask? Can I
ask
ask you?
question and all that.
Can I ask
Yeah.
you? Yeah. Did you go to the therapist like have a clear problem to solve? What was your expectation before you go to this kind of stuff?
Wow. Okay. So um so I realized at that time when when I wanted to look for a solution, I always had this level of anxiety behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess I've always had that ever since the pandemic, because the pandemic was the time where I lost my full time job. You know, you don't know what the future is going to be like and all that. It got better when I started doing more stuff in esports, but the feeling never truly went away because whatever they are doing in esports is not consistent. It's sometimes you have something to do, sometimes you have lesser things to do, and if you by definition of things to do means things that make you money, right? Naturally. So I always had this uncertainty at the back of my mind that I wasn't sure about, like, oh, how do I move on? You know, it always clouds my mind, and that's why I look for therapy at that time.
Yeah, that sounds like you needed a mentor. Like you, right? So the anxiety came from the uncertainty of your future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, but so I've tried a few things, right? So even I kind of mix a little bit on like going for therapy and seek professional help because I've never been to therapy before that. So
Uh,
I
uh,
kind of wanted to try also. It's an experiment for me to see how I feel about it.
yeah.
It does feel good because you can talk to somebody, you can say anything and
And you
they
can
won't
cry,
judge you.
cry like a motherfucker, and
Exactly.
walk out like a normal person. You feel good.
Exactly. You just feel super good. You just feel damn good that you can just say anything you want. The person will just sit there and listen. And you
Uh-huh.
know that, this story is not going anywhere because there are no ties, right? So that's the thing. I kind of mixed it up. I mean, naturally, we have friends that we talk to, right? So I do have like close friends that sometimes I try to talk to them about like, I have this thing in my mind. What do you think? And all that. Some of them may sound okay. Some of them may not sound that okay. A common response that okay. Sometimes I get this kind of response from certain group of friends, right? That is not in esports, right? They will come and tell me, but bro, you're celebrity, bro. Why you so worried about this and that, this and that? And I
Yeah,
come and
you
tell them,
celebrate
no, no,
big
no,
boss everywhere.
no, not you. Okay, not you. But I tell them, no, I'm just a normal person. I can sit at the same restaurant as you, and nothing happens. I'm just
Okay.
a normal
Okay, I can
guy.
be a bodyguard next time. Okay. And it clears all the tables for you.
Not you too, okay? Unless if I'm ISO speed, then yeah. No. You're not doing that to me, okay? You're not doing that to me. But that's why because of that kind of response, right? Then I know that if I look for someone else to talk to, the person has to understand the industry.
Yeah.
Then they will know that okay, where are we at with our conversation?
Yeah. So, I'd like to mention one thing first. I actually tried the therapist one time in college, a couple of times, and like I said, it felt good to work out after crying a lot. But actually, although I was talking to the same person, but it wasn't going anywhere. I didn't feel the deep down. I know the issue is not solved. So I didn't go to therapist after that. So I started to see a therapist. I almost forgot 2 years ago.
Can I
Like
pause you for there?
yeah,
In I'm interested to find out. You said you started going to see a therapist in college. That was very, very young.
I mean
Why?
it's a long story, but at one point I just feel like I guess I was a little bit depressed. I found things boring and found things hard to continue, and a bit goes back to my relationship with my family because I know the expectation and I know like I fight with them a lot. Although I know we all know we love each other. That's the most top painful thing, you know. It's not like we hate each other. We know we love each other, but we still fight. That's one thing I cannot solve at that time, you know. And then in the lead and it comes with all the expectation when you are in college, you know. So it's a little bit difficult. It's quite a long story, yeah, but
It's not the Asian parent story, right? If you get a A, it's like you
it's a
are a
little bit
failure. You have to get A plus, and then you're good.
uh not to that extent. My family actually gave me a lot of freedom, but I still feel the expectation like all the Asian family, you know. So yeah,
That
yeah,
is true.
a little bit, but
Okay, okay.
it's a really long time ago. So actually forget a little bit. Yeah, but then so that time I didn't think therapist worked. for me, and it was just a guy in the college, a woman in the college, and she did it. Like I didn't have to pay anything because it's a student service, you know. So maybe they are not good enough, I guess. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. Then after all these years, I've changed a lot, and I read a lot about uh, psychology and everything else. Like basically, I grew up a lot, right? So then I finally got to a point. I want to see a therapist. I know the problem I have, so I wanted to see a therapist to help me lose my weight and improve the overall life, you know? So I have a very clear goal. It's not because I'm worried, but I don't know why I'm so worried, you know? So I searched online to uh, find a website. I forgot the name of the website, but basically it's like uh, psychotherapists in China, but with international backgrounds, because I cannot to talk to people without international background, because I have to talk about living abroad thing, you know.
Mm.
So yeah. So I identify, like I have to like there are list, like eating disorder, kind of stuff. Like they have all the labels for them. You just pick which one fits you. You know. Okay. I find this woman. Okay. She's done this. She's done that. And I wasn't sure if online psychotherapist will work. So I talked to friends. I have a lot of friends who have psychology knowledge. They actually said to me, it's better to do online,
Oh,
because a lot of time, if you you have to see a people in person, see a person in person. You may hesitate before you walk out of your room.
okay. Oh, why would you hesitate?
I don't know. Maybe just okay. Like maybe, for example, okay, I have talked to him or her last week, and I didn't feel like I gained anything, or I have told him or her everything. I don't have anything to talk about this time. You know,
Hmm.
sometimes people like, because I talked to one of my friend. She said she's very different from me. She when she goes to therapist, she just sits there for 10 minutes, no not knowing anything to say.
But should it be, if that happens, is the therapist to ask questions?
I don't know the details, but
Okay.
the therapist still can help her. Like she thinks the therapist can still help her, you know. But if it's in person, it creates it makes it more difficult for her to go to this exact place to meet this exact person. But if it's online, she can just spend, okay, time's up. Okay, she looks onto whatever app she has, and she just sits there for 5 minutes, and the therapist can talk to her, and finally they can communicate. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah. That's what I learned, and I think, oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so because I know, like I sometimes I want to skip a class, skip a gym, that stuff, but if I do it online, it's more likely I can do it, more often. So I tried one. It worked. It's great, and because, like I said, I have read a lot. I know I was seeking for a tool. I with that idea in mind, you know. I wasn't seeking for a solution to my life. I was seeking for a tool to help my health, to help my life. So actually, it's super easy for me to communicate with the therapist, you know, and I learn a lot. Okay, yeah, and by learning a lot, by saying learning a lot, it's not like she solved everything for me. I learned the tools. That then I'm happy with that. You know, sometimes I think, so I don't think it's experience for like average people, but I still think I still recommend that sometimes you just you have to lower your expectation a little bit. It just okay. I just want to talk to one person. Okay, maybe that's the goal. And you talk to one person. Okay, you just don't expect them to solve your problem. It's your own problem.
Yeah, they're meant to facilitate you, right? Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's your action, it's your
So,
problem.
yeah. So I think I have other friends who go to therapists like feel useless, found it useless. I guess they have high hope for them. Like they want, it's like they because in Chinese they are both called Asian doctor.
Hmm.
Doctor is supposed to cure you, right? But psychotherapist is not supposed to cure you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the biggest advice I would give to anybody if they consider about seeing in psychotherapist.
Yeah, I agree as well. I mean, in my experience too, I felt but when I walked in, I already had the expectation of like, you're not going to cure me, right?
Yeah,
You're not going to cure me. I just want to. I walked in my first time. I had no expectation, and oh, okay. So it's more of you throw me a question, I explain everything, and it felt to me more of like a I can say anything I want, and I cry and I feel good after that, right? Like what you said, which is I think is okay. It's not bad, and there were some things that they said that made me open up. Like okay, actually, yeah, it's better to look at things this way, and I think it's
yeah.
okay as well. But and I've tried both. I've tried in person and I've tried another type of session online.
And with the online service, they can stick with you for a longer time actually.
Uh I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, if you find the proper one, right? They are not. They can move from center to center, but you can still do it online with he or her.
Oh yeah, in that case then yes. I thought that what you mean is that they can still extend the time. From my experience, not really. They try to
Okay.
keep it within like the 1 hour or one and a half hour.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Because understand they have the next appointment to do. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. And because I started psychology a little bit. I found it's uh one one lesson that opened my eye was ethics.
Hmm? Ethics. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about it?
So it's like don't basically it's super easy for it's not patient, right? What's the word? The people who go to the service, the patient.
Patient, yeah, patient, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah, yeah, patient.
yeah.
Although
I
they're not
forgot.
really sick, but patient, I guess.
Guest. Okay, let's say guest.
Okay, I
I
guess,
forgot.
yeah.
I forgot so much about my lessons, but like it's super easy because you open your heart to the psychotherapist, right? So it's super easy to you fall in love. You fall in love with or special connect to the psychotherapist. So they have so the psychotherapists have to be super careful to like we can communicate, but we have to keep our distance. Okay, it's really hard. I think, but that's how they can maintain this as a job, you know.
Yeah, it's like it's just
Like,
professional,
yeah,
nothing personal. Yeah.
like you said, it's a job for them. Yeah, it's a job for them, right? But it's still super personal, you know. And if you ever become therapist, you had a willing to help people, right?
Yep, I agree. That's why you become a Asian in the first place, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I,
but you have your own limits. You can't help everybody, right?
yes, correct. But I also want to make it clear that I'm not saying going to a therapist, it's a job for them, so that's why they can't
Yeah,
really serve. It's
yeah,
not that, okay. I guess
yeah,
everyone has their own
yeah,
needs and requirements. My requirement
S-
might be a bit different. That's why I
yeah.
switched my program.
Yes, so they have to restrain themselves a little bit. Like, in China, everybody add WeChat each other, but I've never added my psychotherapist to WeChat.
Oh,
But I understand it because, like I said, I know the basic rules of this industry. Maybe other patient guests will ask this question. Like every time I do appointment, I do it through her assistant. I pay and arrange at home. And every time she needs to send me or we have to communicate anything, we use emails. So it's kind of rare for Chinese people, but I understand it and I respect it. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. That's basically it. I mean, psychotherapy is not supposed to be the topic of this today, right? So one thing you mentioned, uh, you told me about the reason you wanted to uh, go to see a psychotherapist. Uh, I actually identify it not as a psychology problem. It's a problem. It's the anxiety created by the esports industry.
I guess. Well, I mean, we cannot deny the fact that we are working in the industry, right? But it also depends on what kind of work that you do.
Uh,
Yeah, of course, for me, is that I'm working in. Technically, if people ask me what is your category of job, right? I don't know how to explain, right? Sometimes I can say that I'm freelancing or I'm an entrepreneur or there's a mix of somewhere everything in between, right? So that's where sometimes like I need more clarity on the direction that I need to take. Um, and yeah, and that's why I needed to change my program to something else. But yeah, I guess like what you say, right? If we were to drill back down to what the root cause of maybe some anxiety or some of the things that cloud our mind is that um, uncertainty, right? And I think this is a topic that we will keep for our next episode. Yeah, when it comes to
yeah, no.
yeah,
Yeah, but so it's still related to the life updates
true.
I can give you, right? So like staying in hospital and feel scary, uncertain, uncertain, and depressed, disappointed, regret for everything like that. And luckily, it turned out to be okay. But it definitely changed a lot of my view. My
What has
view,
changed?
like clearly, uh, health. It's so weird to say this today because I've eaten so much today. But health is supposed to be number one priority for me. now, health. So I have to. Sometimes it's not like time. It's like focus. You know, I think you can relate. When we do esports, we play games, we watch games, we talk to people, we do our work. It feels like there are no time for. uh, It's not about time. It's about like your brain is working,
Yep.
working around the same thing. Whenever you awake, you awake. Okay, think about the game you watched yesterday. Okay, think about the game you are going to cast today. Okay, you think about, okay, I have to relax a little bit, I chill a little bit. Okay, I play a game. It's like you never escape the reality of esports, right? Yeah, but after the break I had, I think, okay, so the humankind can still survive without me doing anything, right? So I just accept that I'm not that important. Uh, it's just accept that if I miss some work, if I do something not perfectly, it's okay. I can accept it. It's much better right now. So I have to take care of myself first before like anything else.
It's
Does it
interesting
make
when you
sense?
say that
Does it make sense?
it
Yeah.
does, it does, it does. And what kind of struck me is that when you say that, oh, you're not that important, you think that you're not that important, and some people may digest that as a very negative statement, but I see it as like it's actually quite positive in the sense that uh, you are able to balance the importance of you doing something a bit more rather than being too gung ho for it, I guess.
I think it's just knowing your limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a universal experience for middle-aged men is that you just realize you don't have infinity energy, you don't have infinite time. Your health has to be taken care of. Right? You had something last year, right? You had some health problem last year, right?
Uh, did I?
Yeah, you should send a picture like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? Okay. I remember. I
Right?
remember. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah. That was I forgot what's it called. So it was I forgot what's it called, but there was some patches of things that grew
yeah,
on my
yeah,
skin here.
yeah.
Uh, and then I went to see the doctor, but it's the 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 medication is quite straightforward. Okay, you rest, we give you medication, and then that's
Yeah, you
fine.
have to rest. You have to rest. Yeah. All this,
Yeah, yeah, I remember
all,
that one.
all,
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff, including mine, like I just alerts from your body, right? You, you don't have much to waste anymore. Like, and when I was in my 20s, I can stay up for 32 hours and still go to play a basketball game. Now I can, right? So if I stay up late one day, I cannot recover the next day now. Yeah, it's super hard. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it just accept that. There's no way to fight it back. Yeah, you just have to accept that. The and then then I started to think about, okay, I accept that. So what I can still do, I can, like the natural process, like I accept that. Then I think about what I can still do. Then I realize I still like or love esports. I still enjoy it. Uh, I, I was I mentioned that I didn't watch any games, but I was so eager to go back to live events after I feel I'm okay again. I was okay again. So I still feel my passion. Like um I think I told you before last year I was thinking about this. I'm thinking about that maybe to get a little uh maybe to get some different try to get some different revenue, right? Not only on from esports, but now I just feel like okay, I my body, if I can use my time to take care of myself and then do something I like, just like I have been doing for 10 years, for the past 10 years, it's good enough for me.
Interesting. So that means you're just happy doing what you do now, even if it's for the next 10, 20 years.
I mean, now like I'm 2 months, 2 to 3 months after surgery, there are still there are new white thoughts coming to mind right now. So maybe I will still try some new stuff, but I will still tell myself like my health, my life, my family uh, are the first. I cannot put everything into the small basket of esports or work in general.
This is where I want to understand culturally, right?
Mm,
When we talk about like the whole, you always think that you're not good enough. That means that you want to do better, you want to do more, you want to be the best of the best and all that. Is that culturally something that is common in China or not?
it definitely is common in China. I think you can, yeah, in China because no, I don't think I'm qualified to speak about the situation in Malaysia, but under our impression, uh, China China has a more competitive society than Malaysia. Yeah, because we have such a bigger population with limited sources.
Yeah, honestly, it's actually a conversation that we commonly have here. If like we want to compare like different cultures, we always say that, oh, China people, they work super hard. You just give them uh a few months or whatever the timeline, a short timeline, and they'll be very good at whatever thing that is, and something like that. And even like if we want to look at um like the tech industry, for example, if we talk about China's products that come out of there, it
Yeah,
used to be the conversation like, oh, it's not good, it's low quality. But now look at the quality of tech that comes out from China, even right? Like we talk about phones or parts, PC parts or softwares and all that. They are super good, right, nowadays. So uh, and no doubt that China, there is a reason why China is one of the biggest powerhouse when it comes to the world economy, right? So that is where we always have this perception of like, oh, people who are in China, they are very competitive, not only amongst themselves but also across the world.
yeah. I think I never really think about that because it's like a
It's normal to
fish.
you, right? It's every
Like
day.
it's fishing in the water, right? So I don't feel the water at all. It's normal. Uh, I think besides the population, uh, the government is actually, or maybe it's not. It's just the government, just the unity of Chinese people. We want to become the one of the best like a civilization in the world, because we have been used to it. That's one of the is it value or maybe a spirit of Chinese people. It's basically like make Chinese people great again.
It's like make Dota great again. Make
Yeah,
China Dota great again.
make CN Dota great again. It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's how you see all the Huawei stuff. Like it's there people are pushing that, but
Wait, isn't Huawei from? Okay, never mind. We're not going to go to that conversation. Anyway.
it's okay. Huawei, it's okay. But if it comes to the personal level or like a smaller industry level, I don't think that's the case in esports.
Okay. Why?
Because we are in a recession or market adjustment era, right? So people who actually have how can I put it? People who are doing work right now, they got into the industry while there were so much more resources and opportunities. And a lot of them, I don't think are really good.
Oh. Can you give example of like which segment?
For example, there are like a media esports media companies. They can. Says the boss still owing the salary to his employees.
Oh no.
Like last time I checked with my friend, I asked her, "Did you get your salary back?" Okay, yeah. The boss paid us like half a year. Okay, that's good. But she said, but this half a year he hasn't paid us like the salary is always half a year and 1 year behind.
Wait. But that's like a legit media company, right?
Yeah,
But how can that happen? Like
media doesn't make money. Media
we
doesn't make money.
okay, so we're definitely going to talk about that, about
Yeah,
sustainability.
yeah,
That's a
yeah, yeah,
question that I want
yeah.
to ask in our
So
next
so
episode. But
so the point I'm trying to raise is that this boss started his own company, has his own business model during the good time. It is not because he is a good businessman or founder, She's good. He's good at like producing some media content, but he has never figured out what the business model is. But then when there were plenty of hot money, he's just started his company. That's just one example. So then this kind of people got really familiar with some context within the industry, right? So they can somehow, although like they can pay their salary 1 year behind or whatever, but they are still surviving in the industry.
that means there must be money somewhere, right? To maintain.
Yeah, but but not very good. And while this industry is not growing, there are fewer more capable people coming into the industry.
Yeah, because it's a supply and demand thing, right? Like if there is not enough supply,
Yeah.
then the demand is
If the money
yeah,
is not good enough, good high profile people don't come to this industry, right?
yeah, it's like it's like this circle, right? So yeah,
So
it makes sense.
yeah, so you understand what I'm talking about. So
Mm.
people now we are in this stage. Some people, okay, they are not in very good financial situation, but they are still in the industry without doing anything like innovative.
But you know what? Every time you say that, oh, the industrial economy in China not doing well, I always cannot brain. Okay, Lin is our director. Lin, the reaction, please. But I, I sometimes cannot brain when you say that. Oh, you know what? China market cannot. Okay, our perception is that China. Okay, if let's say if you're an esports player, for example, right?
Mm,
You always want to go to the China market because there's
yeah,
so much money there.
yeah,
Even if, like, let's say I just throw something out, right? Even if, let's say, you are a host or caster, like, you want to go there because that's where all the money is in. So, I mean, we can also see that from like transfer window, for example, like one player for you guys, everything comes in like millions, but for us, it's like, oh, maybe it's like a five-figure RMB, something like that, or maybe even four-figure RMB. Sometimes it depends, but you guys come in millions. Uh, that's why sometimes like I have to scratch my head around like, really?
yeah. Are we doing the second episode already?
It almost feels like we're continuing, right? But okay, maybe
It's
just
okay.
give me a bit of a teaser before we do the next episode.
Just two words, like just I mentioned you. It's not a special answer. It's just market size.
Ah, okay. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll hold on to that. Okay. So if you want to know about like what does he mean by market size and how that affects the China industry, okay, stay tuned for the next episode. But um, maybe coming back to life update, right? So you have also shared about some of the things that you change in terms of your perspective. But what are your actions now? Like what
Great
are you
question.
doing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing good. I
What do you mean
ate
not
too
doing
much.
good?
I ate too much today.
Today is cheat day. You can take it as cheat day.
I've been cheating for 10 days, I guess. So yeah, too many cheat days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I couldn't wasn't alone or maybe just afraid of like taking any coffee for the past half a year. So now I used to have back when I was younger in college and stuff. I used to have all the uh, boxes of Coke in my refrigerator every day. Yeah, yeah, and I drink beer a little bit, mostly sodas, and it was super cheap in US. So yeah, I drink a lot of that, gain a lot of weight. Then after I started to control my weight a few years ago, I switched to all the sugar-free version, Coke Zero stuff. Yeah, then 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 now, but I still can uh, have like one or two boxes of sugar-free cokes in my apartment every day. Like big boxes, big boxes of cokes. And nowadays, I think I can try a little bit Coke and coffee stuff, but I will only go to buy like 1 or 2 bottles when I feel like doing it. It's not I don't have it like as a water in my apartment anymore. Eh, I think it's an improvement, I guess. Yeah, water is the best drink.
Oh yeah,
Is a
of
word.
course.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't drink I seldom drink alcohol before, but I don't drink any alcohol right now. So yeah. So I have to be extremely careful with my health. Uh, because I don't want to go back to a hospital again. I think I forgot to mention it's not only the 32 days I spent in the hospital. I when I got out of hospital, sometimes I eat something, the gallstone punch me for eating anything, right? So I have to go to a hospital again. Like maybe not stay in the hospital. I have to what's it called? Injection? Uh,
Mm. Like
like
painkiller sort of thing.
yeah. And I cannot eat for 10 days. Just rely on the stuff from hospital for
Uh
10 days. 10 days, and I repeat this process for like so many times. Like I count. I spent like almost 90 days in hospital this year. 90 days, 3 months, at least 3 months in hospital. So it's very painful. So yeah, I think I it's a little bit loose now. But I will uh keep reminding myself of the painful experience. I think it's good in the long run. As to be honest, I tell myself, uh, I've lost 40 kg this year, which can actually help me live longer. Who knows how many years? Yeah,
yeah, we'll
yeah.
never know, right? We'll
So
never
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's a life that's a lifestyle change, but it's more. I think the more important thing is attitude change. Like I said, I have to accept these are things that I cannot change right now. I can't change boss. Uh, so maybe I missed lot of stuff. I booked my trip to, I had my trip to Bangkok booked before I
Oh,
went before I went to the hospital. So I have to cancel everything,
oh,
and yeah, I missed go to. Oh, so what was the PUBG Mobile event in Middle Asia? Uh,
EWC.
not the EWC, the previous one. Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan.
Oh, yeah, the
Kazakhstan.
PMGO.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways.
it's like the same thing I did back last year. Went to London. I was supposed to go to this PUBG Mobile event again, but I couldn't go. I missed the EWC. Obviously, uh, I missed Champions Paris. Wow, that was a big miss. I've never been to Europe before. Uh, so yeah, sometimes I'm not happy with that, but now I've learned to accept that, you know, and to think about the long run. Okay, so I missed so many things this year. I missed so many stories this year. I missed so many work life in this year. But I won't miss it next year. Yeah, I am. I think like that now. So yeah, I think it's actually good. Uh, not only the relationship with my family. Okay, we both agree is the lifestyle life is the most important for all people within the family, not the marriage. Asian parents want you to get married or whatever, get kids, grandkids and stuff, right? So they don't mention it anymore. 然后 then I'm not really worried about the job because I'm happy with what I'm doing. Maybe I will try different things. I'm actually starting to try different things, but I'm not that anxious. Is that the right word? Anxious to do that anymore? Yeah, yeah. It's just step by step. I have to accept. It sounds passive, but I still think it's a good thing to do to accept like the esports is not growing rapidly right now. We are talking about work again, okay? So, but I have to accept esports is not growing fast right now. So why not just spend a little bit more time to do stuff that I love, you know? It's I can do so much content, so many different kinds of content. Some for money, but if I accept some money project doesn't offer really good money, why not just do something I like? Just get the passion back, you know? Maybe maybe it can become although now I cannot see the financial benefit of it, but that first is what I like. I can do it for a longer time, right? Second, it's not hot right now, so nobody is doing it right now. But if I'm doing it for a long time, right? Maybe it's the unique product of me, you know? Yes, that's my attitude right now.
Yeah, I think what you just shared is more of you getting more clarity and thinking more long term as well, rather than thinking
Yeah,
about the now. And I understand that sometimes it's very hard to let go because you have
yeah,
always been brought up in an environment that is very competitive, and a lot of people want to do their best, and sometimes their best is always not enough because there will always be somebody else that will do something better. So the race will never end. And that's where I see what you have learned from what you have gone through as something that is actually very positive. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Sounds
yeah,
passive, but I consider it as a positive thing. Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that is a life journey update and also learning for
Yeah.
our this episode where we can wrap it up. But again, you heard the teaser. If you want to know more about us talking about industry stuff, the man is back, and we will get to learn more in our next episode. So thank you so much for sharing your personal life updates, and we'll see you all again in the next episodes.
See you in a bit.